Hello and welcome to Alternate Football History, where we look at the great what-ifs of the beautiful game and attempt to predict what may have happened if football had taken a different course. Like and subscribe to get more alternate football history videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. Today we'll be asking, what if Diego Maradona had joined Sheffield United? Yesterday we heard the tragic news that one of the game's greatest ever players had passed away. I'd originally planned this video for next month, but it seems apt to put it out now. In 1976, Diego Maradona made his debut for his first club, Argentinos Juniors, 10 days before his 16th birthday. He made his Argentina debut in February of 1977, still aged only 16. He played another 3 games before the 1978 World Cup, but was ultimately left out the squad by manager Cesar Luis Menotti, who believed he was too young at just 17. Argentina would go on and win the World Cup on home soil. It is the same year that our alternate history begins. Sheffield United was set to sign the young Argentine in the summer of 1978. A fee was agreed and Maradona had agreed on a move to the Blades. Manager Harry Haslam had been in Argentina on a scouting trip and was amazed by the young Diego Maradona and immediately set up a deal to sign him from Argentinos Juniors. They were also in talks for Ozzy Ardiles and Ricky Villa, who both chose Tottenham Hotspur instead. The traditional story was that when Argentinos upped the price to £300,000 late in the day, Sheffield United backed out and looked elsewhere. However, Sheffield United historian John Garrett tells a different story. Allegedly, a £150,000 fee was agreed, but with Argentina currently in a military dictatorship, the military asked for an additional £150,000 for themselves to allow Maradona to leave the country. And not wanting to be doing dodgy deals with the military, Sheffield United backed out. That version may simply be an attempt to save Sheffield United the embarrassment of not wanting to spend 300 grand on a player that would go on to smash the worldwide transfer record twice in the next 6 years. Sheffield United eventually signed Alex Sabaya from River Plate, who was good, but he wasn't Maradona. But what if they did pay that money? That's where we begin to wonder. The following 3 seasons would not be Sheffield United's best without Diego Maradona. Relegation in the 78-79 season saw them drop down to the 3rd tier, where they then finished mid-table before being relegated again to the 4th tier. Meanwhile, Maradona was already a star in Argentina. He already had 21 league goals in 60 appearances before the start of the 1978 season. He would then score 26 goals in 35 games as Argentinos Juniors finished 5th. He then followed that by scoring 26 goals in 26 games as the club finished 3rd in a season interrupted by the 1979 Copa America. He would then have his best goal scoring season of his career as he scored an incredible 43 goals in 45 games before securing a move to Argentine giants Boca Juniors at the end of the season. But how would it be different had he gone to Yorkshire? Well, as a 17-year-old in a foreign country, it may take him a short while to get going, but considering the previously mentioned Sabaya, Ardiles and Villa were all Argentines who succeeded in England at the same time, he would tear Division 2 apart once he found his feet. I predict he'd end the season with 24 goals in 40 games as he dragged Sheffield United to an impressive 6th place by earning them an extra 10 points in a period where it was 2 points for a win. A loss in the FA Cup to Division 4 Aldershot would have been avoided, and games against Swindon, Shrewsbury and a struggling Wolves side would have got Sheffield United into the semi-final, where they'd ultimately lose to Arsenal. However, a 3rd round League Cup defeat to Leeds would have happened even with the addition of Maradona. Into the 1979-80 season, and Maradona is firmly a star now. Although he'd missed the first month of the season of Copa America, he'd scored an incredible 36 goals in 33 games as he helped Sheffield United to get promotion in 3rd place. Many are beginning to realise that this player is special, and it's only a matter of time before he moves on from Sheffield United. The Cups wouldn't have had the same success as previous seasons, as United beat Grimsby in the FA Cup 2nd round, only to lose to Liverpool in the next round. Similarly, wins against Doncaster, Exeter and Birmingham in the League Cup before another loss to Liverpool sees Sheffield United knocked out of the League Cup 4th round. Now in England's top division, people really begin taking notice of Maradona, and he gets off to a fantastic start to the season, scoring 25 goals in 22 games, with Sheffield United in 7th place. However, with another World Cup coming up and his hometown club calling, Maradona would sign for Boca Juniors in February 1981, just as he did in reality. Sheffield United would slump to 13th and get knocked out of both cups, but with just 2.5 seasons in Yorkshire, Maradona would go down in club folklore. They were a Division 1 side instead of a Division 4 side that they would have been without Maradona. Sheffield United fans would still be talking today about how football's greatest ever player got them to Division 1. Having been in the country for a while and having amazed fans throughout the country, he would become a popular figure in England, just as compatriots Ossie Ardiles and Ricky Villa were. Maybe in so much so that English fans may have been more forgiven for the hand of God. From here, the story continues as it was. An incredible season at Boca Juniors before spending the 1982 World Cup being kicked constantly. World record transfers to Barcelona and then to Napoli, where he would be treated as a god after delivering them the Serie A title in 1987, their first ever Serie A title, before following up with the UEFA Cup 2 years later and another Serie A the following season. So much was he loved by Napoli fans that in 1990, when Argentina faced Italy in a World Cup semi-final in Naples, many local fans were supporting Maradona over Italy. It was 4 years earlier, however, when Maradona really built his reputation as one of the game's greatest players. Arguably the greatest World Cup by a single player ever, as he scored 5 and assisted 5 as he dragged Argentina to the final before beating West Germany 3-2 in that final. The quarter-final against England may be the most defining game of his decorated career, as he scored one of the most controversial goals in history before following it with what was later voted the goal of the century just 4 minutes later. There is no doubt that Diego Maradona was one of the game's all-time greats. A player who is simply a joy to watch and despite his numerous controversies was adored around the world. It's unfortunate that his transfer to Sheffield United didn't happen, as he would have been loved in England simply due to the excitement of watching him play. However, it's fair to say that outside of England, his legacy is no different, whether he spent 2.5 years in Yorkshire or not. As always, thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this look into one of the lesser known what ifs of Diego Maradona. If so, don't forget to like and subscribe to see more alternate football history videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday.